this is just kind of a demonstration of how I go about bringing that thickness down. I'm gonna leave the outside profile alone. That's pretty close. It needs a little bit more work, but it's close enough where sanding can kind of coax the final shape out. It's really the inside. You can kind of see I've been working this kind of diamond pattern. Things I use at this point is just this hand plane mechanical pencil, and I like this little light thing. Press it, light goes on. And I use that just to cast different shadows, kind of orbit around the piece I'm working on. And then I have this thickness caliper thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna start carving. You'll kind of see the process and the flow that I approach this task with. So I already know it's very thick. If you're getting close to the final thickness, when you get a wood shaving, you could put it in the dial indicator and see how thick it is, so you have an idea with each pass of the plane how much mass you're removing, so you don't go too thin. So it's a little bit tricky when you're planing the inside because, you know, it's a scoop dish basically, but you have grain orientation kind of sloping down and sloping up, and that's kind of banked. So always be aware of grain orientation, run out. Another thing I like to do, you can use a pencil, or I also have this little crayon handy. I'll actually just kind of scribble inside of the soundboard, and that way it kind of lets me see where I've been, where I'm going, where I need to go, all that kind of stuff. So it looks like a disaster right now, but not for long, hopefully. So I'm just gonna start carving. I'm being super careful near the sound ports. Some people wait to cut the sound ports out, but I like having them cut out early in the carving process. So I'm kind of going diagonally across screen right now. And that just seems to be what's working best for this piece of wood. You know, different woods with different grain patterns, that might be different. And I'm stopping with the forward motion kind of at the point where I'm going down and then starting to go up, which is against the grain, and there will be tear out. So kind of I'm going down, and once I start to go upslip, I'll kind of stop and just kind of do that, and then I'll rotate it and work the opposite slope going down towards the middle. So I'm just kind of always trying to be mindful of each pass of the plane. Sometimes it's easy to get carried away and not be mindful when the wood kind of planes off easily when you're in a good flow, but that can lead to too much material removal. Always with spruce too, it's super soft and dense, so I always keep a towel underneath. Especially as you come down in thickness, you have less wiggle room to carve or sand out any deep dents from placing it on something. All right, so you can see all the crayon is gone. You can kind of see the pattern I've been going about carving. I see some shadows. Usually I'll have the above headlight off and it's a little better. So let's see what the thickness is now. So yeah, it's brought down to under 300 thousandths of an inch. So it's at 0.300, a little under that right now. So could be a little bit more aggressive. What I'm gonna do is repeat that. I don't know where the crayon went. There it is. So again, I'm gonna scribble all over it. And with each new hand planing session, I'm going to always put fresh crayon or pencil marks all over it. And then repeat that process. So this build of wood, it started out probably 3/4, when I joined it as 3/4 of an inch, and then I started the carving, so that's a good idea. Alright, so that's close enough. You can see crayon marks are gone. Let's see. In the middle is, yes, that took about 10 thousandths of an inch off. So I would say 2 more of those kind of passes like I was doing, and they'll get pretty close to, then I would want to use scrapers to kind of clean all the rough, scrapers and sandpaper to get the inside then nice and smooth, kind of like the outside is. And at that point, then I'm gonna mark out where the tone bars will be and work on adding the tone bars. So I'm gonna do some more carving, but that gives you an idea of the process, the flow that I use. So hopefully that was helpful. And I'm gonna do some more carving.